speaking now with, what's your name?
Philip Grenwell from Opera Software.
Okay, and here we have...
Katrine Jackson.
Okay, nice to meet you. And Philip would like to show me the Opera on Windows Mobile.
Yes, this is our latest version of Opera Mobile. This is the Opera Mobile 10 Beta 3, and this was released on Friday of last week.
Friday last week, okay.
Yes, you can go to opera.com, and that's the most recent build that's there.
So it's the Beta 3?
It's Beta 3. You can also go over a phone to m.opera.com and download directly that way.
So if users have HTC phones, they already have Opera, and they will be in conflict with this pre-installed Opera, or not?
The two versions of Opera can be installed on the same device and will both run. So you can keep the original Opera that comes with the device, and then you can try and download the beta.
So what is new in this Beta 3?
What we're showing here in Beta 3 is actually Flash support.
Is it Flash 9, Flash 10, Flash Lite?
This is Flashlight 3.1. We are using the flashlight that is bundled with the Windows Phone.
So what are you showing now? Is it YouTube or is it?
This is YouTube.
Okay. And do you know if the Jib Jab is working also?
I'm not sure actually.
This is important thing. Probably Jib Jab requires the Flash 10.
Which is why I'm hesitant to try it live, because this is Flashlight 3.1. So we're using the flashlight that comes with the device on the HTC device. And so it has those limitations as Flashlight.
So you have this plug-in for existing Flash, so to say?
We're using the plug-in that is on the phone itself.
Okay.
But this is the same Opera Mobile 10 that's been out in Beta 1 and Beta 2. Another big difference, other than Flash, though, is actually the stability and speed. It's much better on memory management, and it loads pages much quicker than the previous beta.
And this rendering issue, because I have seen that when you open the article, maybe you can, you're in BBC now, I know the network is slow here. It's not your fault, but if you open one article, I have noticed that the rendering was worse than in old Opera 9. Because the text was all on the left.
In this version
maybe you can open one article.
So let me show you. Actually, I can do it here. In the settings here, we have the ability to set the zoom. And the zoom can be set in between 100% and 300%. And this is zoom of the text.
Okay, but
not of the page. And so when you go back,
I'm going to be closer here. Yes.
When you go back, the text now just changed and it's actually smaller.
Yes, but open now one article with text, because people read text, not headers.
But let me do this again for you then. If you go back to, for example, 200, where it's set by default on this phone, since it's such a large screen, we'll open up an article here.
Okay.
Everything is here.
Here's the article, and now you see the text in a single column.
But it's not flowing.
It's not flowing, no.
Can you zoom onto this column?
Of course.
Can you show? Okay. So it works better. Okay.
The reason the text is done this way is this is the width of the screen.
Okay.
So it's upper text wrapping. Now, if I change the text zoom to 300. You'll see that the page itself will now change and it got smaller. And the reason is, again, when you zoom in, it's the same width.
Okay,
so you can actually read the text.
Beta 1, this problem that I observed, but this is Beta 3, so...
This is Beta 3.
Okay. So anything else new? The previews? Okay, I see.
So I killed his ass.
So it's still running. Now, you can actually still hear YouTube is running in the background.
Okay, so it can run in the background. Nice.
Of course.
Yeah. And today Microsoft will be releasing probably the Silverlight things. So will you be working with Silverlight also, Opera?
Right now there is only support for the Flash plugin, but in our settings and in Opera Mobile 10, what we use is the Netscape API plugin, the standard plugin for mobile browsers and desktop browsers, and that can be found in Advanced, and here plugins, and it can be turned on and off. You might want to note that by default, the plugins is turned off in the new Beta 3, and that's actually for performance reasons on lower-end devices that aren't able to handle full flash. So for several-year-old Windows mobile phones that are maybe have a 300 or a 400 megahertz device.
Yes, low-end devices. Yeah.
Yes, on the newer end of the devices released in the last year, it's a pretty good experience, moderate to good experience, and so this can be, we allow the users here to turn it on.
So if there is a phone like, I don't know, from other companies than HTC and the Opera is not included, there's no flash, for example, then Opera will not support flash.
Correct. Opera supports flash on all Windows Mobile 6.5 devices and Windows Mobile 6.1 devices and 6.0 devices that come with the Flashlight 3.0 or 3.1 plugin.
Okay, and if user doesn't have Opera on his device, can he buy it, or is it only beta is for free, or how is it working?
The beta is a free download from Opera.com. The Flashlight comes with the phone that does not come from Opera. We do not provide the Flashlight.
But it will be commercial now. This after beta period, you will sell it. Or how is it working?
We always work with our partners to deliver the Opera mobile experience, as the HTC default browser shows here on this HD2. That does have multi-punch zooming, for example. So we work with our partners, yes, to install Opera on the phones and optimize it for their experiences. But this is the public beta, and this is a free download right now.
So like Samsung here, for example, some other Windows mobile devices, if there is not Opera installed, and like in 3 or 4 months, the beta will be probably finished, and then they have to buy it. How is it working?
We have not announced when the beta will become final, and we actually have not also announced whether the beta will be free or not.
So your business model is simply to sell it to bundle it with HTC, for example, with manufacturers.
A major portion of Opera's business model is our business-to-business arrangements, and you can see this in quarterlies and annual reports. But what we are very excited about is the millions of users who download Opera Mobile and Opera Mini. We just had 50 million users of Opera Mini here this last
I don't care about Opera Mini. I care about Windows Mobile here, okay?
Yes, but it's the amount of users that download our software and use it on their devices. And in Windows Mobile, you have been able to download 9.5 and 9.7 in beta form, and now 10 in beta form, free for end users.
So the relevant thing with Opera Mini is only that this proxy servers, that this version for Windows Mobile can also use proxy servers.
Yes, in the settings here, there's in the settings here, there's a section called Opera Turbo, and you can turn Turbo on and off. And that uses a version of Opera's compression technology in order to compress the images on the page, so that it reduces the bandwidth, or reduces the data size that is sent to the actual device.
But it's going to Norway then?
It's going to the servers that are nearest you, and we have servers across the world. But yes, we do have servers in Norway as well.
But I was trying in Showstoppers, I remember that it was through, if I am connecting here in Spain, that it is using servers in Norway.
It can be using servers in Norway, it can be using servers in Central Europe. We have a few in the European area.
So if Americans are using it in USA, then what servers is it using? This?
It would be using our US servers.
Are you sure?
It should be, yes. It's actually load balancing. So worldwide, we have servers, and if there are servers that are overtaxed, they can offload to other servers. So you can test, if you want to, with Opera Turbo to see where the servers do ping from, but there are several servers load balanced to optimize that experience that we deliver with our compression technology. But that can be turned on and off by end users as they choose.
Because you applications, you probably don't know, but with this Flash 3 support, will it work in Hulu in USA? This here, this version?
I actually personally have not tested Hulu. I do not know if it works in the US sites. But if it is working with Flashlight 3.1, yes, it will work. If it requires Flash 10, it would not work on these devices.
Sincerely speaking, you should take some VPN service and test it, because for Americans it's absolutely important.
The Hulu, of course.
Yeah.
It's the second biggest video property on the internet now.
Yeah, that would be a good argument. Okay, thank you. So generally, you have some other remarks regarding Opera for Windows Mobile, from Windows Mobile users generally. Some tips, some general advice, or I don't know, something.
I would say download our newest beta at m.opera.com. It's a great experience on newer end phones with the Flash, and even if you don't have a newer end phone or don't have Flash, it's much improved over our previous betas, so Beta 1 and Beta 2.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.